everyone, and welcome to the first Hugoversity Common Room, where the Hugoversity prefects will get together and talk all about things to do with training, strategy and recruitment. And today, Alicia and I are going to be joined by a very special person, Chief Nudl Shak, who is just down below on my screen. And he is going to be delving into the world of funding and giving us some top tips to businesses out there who may be interested in funding and why they should be interested in funding if they're not already. So hello, Shak, thank you very much for joining us. How are you?
Hi, Natalie, I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me on as well. And hi, Alicia.
Hey. Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, as I say, for joining us. We're very, very excited to have you as our first special guest in the Hugoversity Common Room. So we'll start off with a nice and easy question, because we're a training academy and obviously we've got very traditional old school values and we love to be nostalgic. So we want to learn more about you and your favourite school memories. So can you tell us what your favourite memory is from either school or college?
Yeah, no worries. I loved school. I enjoyed my time at school. I had a kind of a split secondary education between Teesside and London when I moved there for a while. But my fondest memories are from Teesside at King's Manor School, which is no longer there now. It's a different school. But yeah, I loved it. Loved the people that I met, and in particular, I always remember one teacher, Gary Ferguson, who used to go out of his way to allow us to come in early mornings and late evenings and play basketball. So they were good times, fun times.
Oh, brilliant. I love stuff like that as well. Like you're saying, just having that little extra bit of time with, your friends and stuff. I mean, I just love school. I do miss school. School dinners. I miss school dinners. I don't know about anyone else.
I was a packed lunch kind of person, so.
Oh, yeah, that's how you roll, Elisa. Well,
yeah.
we were sometimes school dinner, sometimes we weren't too far away from the chippy, so we used to run to the chippy and get a lunchtime special.
That was a treat, being able to be let out from school when you had that trust with the teachers, so you could actually go out and then come back, and they actually trusted that you'd come back and everything.
Yeah, exactly. No, it was good times. I enjoyed school. It was a good laugh.
Ah, fantastic.
Right, we'll get into it then. I've got the first question here. So business owners across the country have had to face some really tough challenges throughout the pandemic, and some have even had to close the doors permanently. But we've also had some really interesting new companies emerge, including yourself and your own company, Nudl. So can you tell us more about your business and how you intend on putting the fun into funding?
Yeah, cool. So yeah, it's been a very tough 12 or sort of 18 months with the global pandemic going on, and sadly that's really impacted a lot of companies. But what's been nice to see is there's been many opportunities emerge out of that difficult period of time, and lots of companies still growing. So we've been involved in funding for the last sort of 15 or so years, and over that period of time we've basically been able to see that it's difficult to navigate the funding landscape. So Nudl kind of was always a thought in the back of our mind, but the timing just felt right to really give the support and the help to businesses out there that are looking to grow and succeed, and businesses that have emerged from the pandemic and the difficult period of time, the same amount of support. And hopefully we can help them and handhold them through the process and get the money into their business so they can invest in the things that they need to grow their business, whether it's a piece of kit or superstar marketing and PR services like the kind that you guys deliver. So really, for me, we're excited about it. We seem to be having a good start and being received in the marketplace well. So fingers crossed we'll do okay. But the main thing for us, we really get a buzz out of helping businesses, and the byproduct of what we do is that we actually really get under the skin of businesses, help them, and see them grow and achieve their objectives.
Brilliant. That's fantastic. And like you say, now is the kind of perfect time for people to be investing in funding that's out there, because there's so much out there, which we'll delve into a bit later on. But especially through this hardship and difficult time businesses have gone through throughout this last year and a bit, now's a perfect time, like you're saying, to invest in funding. So it's a great message that you've got there, and it's fantastic that you're there and the team at Nudl are there to help, and like you say, put the fun back into funding, because it is fun.
Yeah, the fun part's when you get to spend the money, I guess. So, yeah, some people like shopping more than me, but no, it's really brilliant, and I'm really happy to have been able to get this off the ground. We're making some good leaps and strides forward, and we've got some big plans to take it, right across the UK. I mean, we take inquiries from across the UK as it is anyway, but we want to kind of have physical space in different locations. So we've got a few that are already there, which we're looking forward to seeing your press releases come out about when the time's right. But we're working on some more as well. And yeah, the time is now. There's lots of money in the marketplace for all different types of reasons, which I'm sure we'll go into in a bit more detail. But if you're a business and you need some, or you're just thinking in general, you want to invest in yourself and your own business, then whether you talk to us or somebody else is irrelevant. Really, I just really encourage business owners to really get out there and find out what's available and get the help that they need, and hopefully they can secure some of that funding that's out there for themselves.
Yeah, no, we totally agree. So funding applications and the process itself can seem quite daunting and quite time consuming for many business owners. So can you explain how the process works and how it might not be as scary as some people think it is?
Yeah, so I think the first thing is to just understand that if there's any barriers in place that kind of put you off as a business owner from going out and speaking to somebody, you'll tend to find that most local authorities, combined authorities, fund managers, even accountants and financial advisors, they're all really good people out there. What we're trying to do with Nudl is strip it back a little bit and show you our personality. We're a bit more relaxed and laid back characters. So we're hoping that our approach allows other people to just come and make contact to us however they feel like is best for them, whether it's over social or the phone, whatever that might be. But the key message there is get out there and speak to people. It's not really that scary. Yes, there's lots of rules and formalities around securing funding and what you can use it on. And the application process itself can vary from fund to fund and also geographic area to area. So it's really difficult to be able to specifically answer that part of the question, but you'll tend to find people will help walk you through that. So if you came to us at Nudl, we'd really explain the specific fund or funds that you were eligible for and fit your projects that you're talking about. Talk you through that process in a plain and simple English, approach. We'd strip the jargon out and really just explain how it will benefit your business and kind of just walk you through our process, what we would do with you as a business to get you from A to B, and then post application submission, what we would do to help make sure you effectively draw the money that you've been awarded down, and any kind of strings that are attached in the way of post sort of agreement, audit work and things like that. We'll help you with all of that, because it can be tricky, and it's mainly just because it's jargon. I'm sure there's things out there, even in your game, in the marketing game, you guys just have to talk me through how to get onto Insta Live and things like that. So if you haven't done it before and you're the layperson, there's always somebody out there that are willing to help. You just use your Nudl and pick the phone up and have a chat with us, basically. But similarly, as I said before, it doesn't matter whether you're chatting with us or a local authority or financial advisor. I'm sure those guys are out there to help. But yeah, we hope you do speak to us, obviously.
That's great. So there's businesses in the Northeast who have obviously been hit quite badly by the pandemic, in particular the leisure industry. So can you name any pots that are available to help firms who've had to shut the doors during for a long period?
Yeah, so over the course of the pandemic, there's been various funds that have been announced from central government. We've had a lot of phone calls actually, and emails sent in to us about that specific issue, with people finding out more information about how do they get into it and asking us to help. But it's not something that we would propose to them on a commercial basis, we'd be more than happy to advise them over it, because it's free to access. So typically the things that have been out there that have been put out the door by your local authority, so wherever you pay business rates to, just phone their tax department and put yourself on the map and on the radar with them. They do actually have a list of people paying rates in their patch anyway, which they'll be working really, really hard to go through. But if you can imagine, in Teesside, there's over 25,000 registered businesses, so it'll take them a little bit of time to get through that. But I'd also encourage you to just make contact with the tax department or your local economic regeneration team, and they'll just ensure that they haven't, allowed you to fall through the gaps. Moving on from that, there's some funding specifically for leisure and hospitality that has come out on the back of further announcements, restart grants and things of that nature. Now, they'll be put out in a similar way. So again, just make contact with your local authority, whoever you pay your business rates to. You don't need to come via an intermediary like us. Of course, if you want to speak to us, more than happy to help and advise you, but really just pick the phone up and speak to either economic regen department, but ideally your local business rates team, and they'll advise you of how they're planning in their specific patch to put those monies out the door to the businesses that it's targeting. Really, this next tranche of monies is about getting restarted and kickstarting that leisure and hospitality industry back off again. Wider than that, there's some other things like Arts Council have funding and lots of others, so many that I wouldn't be able to sit here and list them all if we weren't sort of constrained by time. But for those types of funds and things of that nature, that's probably best then to speak to your local combined authority growth hubs, or people like us at Nudl. If you speak to us, we'll help advise what's available in your patch that's relevant for your sector and industry and your business in particular. And then we'd be more than happy to walk you through the application process. We've got quite a few applicants that we're working with at the moment who are tapping into funds within the Arts Council and things like that, that are really trying to hopefully come out the other side of this bad period of time and thrive, when things get back to normal, which is hopefully really soon.
Thank you very much again, Shak, for taking your time to speak to us here in the Common Room today. And as Shak mentioned, obviously, he's Chief Nudl. He knows everything there is to know about funding. So if you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch with him or any of the members of the team at Nudl. And of course, if you do have any questions in regards to training, recruitment or strategy, please don't hesitate to get in touch with the prefects at Hugoversity by emailing study@hugoversity.com. Thank you very much for joining us. Speak soon.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thank you.